of a 16-year-old student. Minors. It's gross. Okay. Was a minor. So on a 16-year-old. But that's just one case. This is so common that it's just becoming disgusting.
Shut your lips. It's time for a brand new episode of what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, said it's time for a brand new episode of Talking Jit.
What is going on with our sport, man? Now we got another legend, Andre Galvao, under accusation of what could possibly be another disgusting, foul, at this point, stereotypical allegation. I do need to start off by saying, and I want to be very clear, as of right now, there are no public criminal charges, no court filings connected to his name. Most of this is just speculation and allegations, and rumor, okay? But I will tell you what I've heard, because I do know people who train there, and I do have a lot of friends who also know people who train there. And there has been movement. There have been people moving to other gyms. There have been students of his starting their own gyms, and there have been a lot of people disassociating. To me, take that how you will and where that's going, but from what I've heard, it's not looking good. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but let's get into it. The problem is, this seems like to be such a my biggest concern is not just him, but just the fact that it just seems to be on replay in our sport, and it's always with some of the biggest legends. And what's even grosser is it's usually involving minors. Of all people that step through your gym and that you have access to, minors. It's gross, okay? So let me start out with the rumor I heard. I've heard that it's several women in the gym. I've heard that a couple of them are underage, and I heard one of them could be possibly pregnant and has been heavily influenced to move out to Brazil, where it's legal or he can avoid any kind of scrutiny. I don't know. That's just what I heard. I don't want to go too far because I don't want to catch a case. But let's jump to our most let's jump to our most trusted source of information, which would be Reddit, the cesspool of the internet here. Digging into this, like I said, there's not a whole lot out yet, but as it comes out, maybe I'll put out more and more. So far on Reddit, any update what's going on? There's been some crazy news coming out of Atos with allegations of Andre allegedly inappropriately touching juvenile girls at the gym. Does anyone have any updates or insight from the gym athletes that train there? So this is just a person reaching out, trying to figure out what's going on. And there wasn't very much. It was just people going back and forth bantering on Reddit. You can go search that same exact thread if you really want to get caught up. It seems like some of the posts are getting taken down as they're going out. So I don't know if that's to, not spread not misinformation, but not to defame him too early or what it is, because, we do have to keep in mind innocent until proven guilty, right? Here's a person here I thought was interesting. I'm not super familiar with the gym, but I am a huge fan of both Andre and a black belt under him named Rose. I feel like this is where Happening Rose would have spoke up. If this were happening, Rose would have spoke up. Level 3 reading here, sorry. Either way, if it's true, it's horrible. I just am hoping it's not. Andre seems like a great guy. And then allegedly right here, the highlighted comment. Hi, Rose here. I have removed Atos from my bio, removed my promotion post, and canceled my membership today. I've only trained there once in the last 2 weeks, as this information has been coming out. I'm not able to say more at this time, but I am standing with the girls and supporting them and sharing more when they're ready. This is deeply troubling and sad time for us. All my energy is currently dedicated making safe spaces for the girls and women. I will make public statement as I am able. And then it says edit. I have not made any allegations, and I'm not commenting on allegations. This comment was just responded to my name being mentioned. Okay. So as you scroll down here, you'll just see people claiming that they have heard the same things with his brother right here. A little bit of a track record with younger students, people canceling their memberships, talking about how, this could potentially wreck his career, which I think it does. But, again, hopefully it's not true. But that's just one case. This is so common that it's just becoming disgusting. Let's not forget about Isaac Mitchell. Recently, this is another interesting case. Dude's on top of the world, competing, coming up the ranks, up and comer, just smashing, really cool style, and actually pretty fun to watch. But as it entails, not only did he get kicked out of from B Team, I don't know if Craig Jones just has a really good eye for character, ironically, being that guy. But, you know, we all love Craig Jones. Let's not lie. But here, Isaac Mitchell. Multiple different women went to the police claiming Isaac Mitchell assaulted them. This is Nikki Ryan talking on a podcast. I know this is a Reddit source, but he has come out and said that several times. And Craig Jones has been posting about this guy nonstop, basically saying that he's a monster. There's been several women in throughout the gym. A few of them are now finally coming out and becoming vocal and sharing their experience. And also, it was women outside the gym as well. So I guess this guy just sounds like he has the possibility of being a monster for quite a while as well. Um, He's on the run in Thailand, I believe, and coincidentally, he's claiming it's work visa and all that kind of stuff. But Craig Jones is trying to track him down, and he just coincidentally is able to avoid police capture as he's casually training on a visa, right? Um, Another one. Let's not forget about legends such as Roberto, Cyborg, and Vagner Rocha. Really fun people to watch. Huge in the sport. I mean, Cyborg was on top of the sport for quite a while, and very popular, even for people who didn't train and stuff. But here we again, we have someone who was accused and I believe charged with like three different charges on a 16-year-old. But right here you can see, and this is Flow Grappling, so this is actually a credible source. Abreu, the owner and team leader of Fight Sports South Florida, was worldwide network of affiliated gyms. He's one of the most recognizable figures in the no-gi grappling, having won 2013 ADCC Absolute, and in 2020 he was named Flow Grappling Male Grappler of the Year based on his competition achievements. I cannot read today. I am sorry, guys. Um, Allegedly involved, associated with a team member charged with felony sexual assault of a 16-year-old student. Again, out of all the people who come in your door, we're choosing 16-year-olds here. This was a pretty big case, and it did actually spark a bunch of girls coming out across the community with kind of somewhat of like a Me Too movement. You know, it almost started a trend of females coming out and saying, I too was assaulted. I too have been very uncomfortable. Just disgusting. Why does this keep happening? And why is it all these good jiu-jitsu guys just... Okay. Got disconnected. Now we're back. Um, and reading through this article here, as you can see, Cyborg has been accused of recently associating with disgraced black belt Marcel, whatever, 34, who was arrested in March 2018 and charged with assault of a female martial arts student. Abreu is the godfather to this man's child. So, on one hand, you got him associated with this guy, and on the other hand, he is so close to him that he is the godfather to his child. I mean, this guy's operating out of his gym. I'm gonna link this article below so you can go through it if you even care to. But just another thing in that gym, it drags Cyborg and Vagner Rocha's name through the mud, especially being that closely associated to him. And again, sounds like a minor. And the guy did fess up to it. I think he has court hearings and all that kind of stuff. Blah 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 blah. But it's just still something else that's gross in the sport. And again, why does this keep happening in our sport? One of the best ones here we got. um, Maybe this one is worth diving into a little bit, but not much public evidence except for the fact that it seems to be a well circulated rumor with a lot of details, kind of like a known unknown thing, with Gordon Ryan allowing his wife to sleep with his brother while possibly recording it or watching it. And to make it even deeper, at the time, his little brother was a minor. So even more disgusting, crazy stuff. I'll link this one below as well, just so we don't have to get too deep into it. But as I was scrolling through, I did see a timeline here that was very interesting to read through. DDS is formed. He begins training at 13 years old. Allegedly, Nikki rumored to have video evidence that's created. Gordon's in the background. JD filming, whatever. So you could read through this. But the point is, why does all this keep happening? It's an issue. I mean, I feel bad for the victims. These young girls probably coming in thinking it's a great sport, filled with a lot of energy. It really is. Anyone who does jiu-jitsu knows that it's great. I went from striking to jiu-jitsu and fell in love and wanted to get my black belt more than anything, you know. But at a micro level, like the small local gyms, this is an issue here too. There's several gyms in my area that have been through very similar things. It's not uncommon. It's almost like people just blink it off now. Oh, again? Oh, again? So, what I want to know, what is the problem? How do we fix it? Why does it keep happening? And where does it come from? There is a discussion community linked to my channel. All you have to do is comment down below and create the community. Start talking, start chatting. It's going to be better than Reddit. I can tell you that much. As long as we respect each other and talk to each other on these issues down below, we can have real discussions on what we think is happening and how we can fix it and maybe even influence each other. So make sure you comment down below, give your opinion, be respectful to others who have different opinions. That's very important. And if you appreciate it, like, comment, subscribe, help the channel out. And as we grow, I promise I'll get better at this and I will learn more and more as to what we need to cover. And I'm happy to host things that we can dive into and create a better community around. So thanks for watching. Stay tight.
They try to drown me, I can swim upstream so profoundly. I can stay calm in a dire situation. I'm at it every day, no time for a vacation. And I smell blood in the water. Everything I do, yeah, I do it for my daughters. Now go and shut your lips. It's time for a brand new episode of What? We Talking Jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, said it's time for a brand new episode of Talking Jit.